Alright, what's going on everyone? Matt here for the Matt Film Show. You guys are new, make sure thumbs up, subscribe, you guys like, and let's get right into today's video. And today I'm gonna be giving you guys my season 1 review of Daredevil Born Again. This is a continuation from the Netflix series from Daredevil that lasted from 2015 to 2018, 3 seasons, which was a very, very great show. I loved the Netflix Daredevil show. Not only that one, but I really did enjoy The Punisher. I enjoyed Luke Cage, Jessica Jones. The Defenders was kind of rushed. Kind of felt like that one should have been a movie. And I wasn't a big fan of Iron Fist, but all the other ones I pretty much enjoyed. Daredevil Born Again was originally supposed to have 18 episodes, I think it was. This show actually was remade. They remade this show. Originally, the original Daredevil Born Again show was not connected to the Netflix series. They were going to bring back Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin, but that was it. Everybody else was getting recast, but then, there was a creative haul, and a lot of fans were unhappy. They wanted the Netflix Daredevil back, right? They wanted those characters back again, and those actors, and they wanted a continuation. So Marvel Studios and Disney, they redid this show again from scratch, and they redid this show, to make it connected to the Netflix. So this is part of the continuity, connected from Netflix. But I would say this: I don't think that you will not get lost from this show. Like, yeah, they do mention some stuff from the other Netflix series, but in reality, I think if you watch this, if you have not even seen the Netflix Daredevil show, I think if you just watch this one, I think you will not get lost. Because, I think you could just go ahead and watch the show and won't get lost. So that was the one thing. They did recast Vanessa Fisk, I believe. I think she was recasted. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I think she was recasted on Wilson Fisk's girlfriend, right? But yeah, anyway, I'm going to tell you guys the stars and the premise and what do I think about this show. So obviously stars Charlie Cox as Matt Murdock, Daredevil, and Vincent D'Onofrio as Wilson Fisk, Kingpin, Margarita Liveria, Heather Glenn, which is Matt Murdock's love interest in this show, Deborah Ann Wall, Karen Page, Eldon Henson as Foggy Nelson, Wilson Bento as Benjamin Poindexter Bullseye, Ayet Zurier, Vanessa Fisk, Camar de los Reyes, White Tiger, John Bernthal as Frank Castle's The Punisher, and Tony Dalton as Swordsman. Now, Swordsman was the character that first appeared in Hawkeye, and so he comes back here. But yeah, Punisher is in this, and White Tiger. This is the first time we see the White Tiger in the MCU. I remember watching White Tiger in the cartoons, especially in the Spider-Man show from 2012, the animated Spider-Man show from 2012. It had Nick Fury, voiced by Samuel L. Jackson. Iron Fist was right there as well. White Tiger, Iron Fist, and a couple of other heroes. I used to watch the show as a kid. That's how I know White Tiger. But the thing I did not know about this is that there is 2 White Tigers, right? There is the female version, which is the niece, I think. I don't know how it works. And the male version. This was the male version of White Tiger, not the female. Now, the actor who played White Tiger here, which is named Camar de los Reyes, he passed away. So he's not in this show a lot because he passed away. So he's barely in this show. And they do a memorial for him, like in loving memory or something like that, And so I do not know. I think that the daughter or niece or whatever she was would become the new White Tiger. What they're gonna do the female route this time around because he passed away. So that's what they're gonna do with White Tiger. So he didn't really have much to do, I would say. But his suit looked cool. You know what I mean? Had a nice suit, cool suit. What he did in this show, for the most small, because he's not really a lot. So, but he did a very good job. So if they do his niece route, I would like to see more of this character and get familiar with this character because, like I said, not really that familiar with White Tiger, only from the animated Spider-Man show. That's the only way I've seen her. Like I said, I never knew there was a male one until now. So that was something new that I learned from this. But yeah, um, so the movie's premise is set 5 years after the Netflix Daredevil show, and a year after blind lawyer Matt Murdock stopped his activities as the masked vigilante Daredevil, where he's facing Wilson Fisk Kingpin, who has become the new mayor of New York City. This pretty much picks up after Echo, where Wilson Fisk is the mayor of New York City. Now, what he's trying to do is he's making all these changes, you know, as mayor, and Matt Murdock is over here trying to, he's not, Kingpin is not really trying to do great changes. It's not like the best changes that he could possibly do, right? So Daredevil obviously tries to stop him with his changes, tries to stop him with all his plans and all that. Obviously, Wilson has his girlfriend or girlfriend next to him, supporting him and everything. She knows there's part of the show where she knows he's doing bad stuff, and you know what I mean. She wants to work on like with Daredevil and all that, but you know what I mean. Kind of leans towards that. I really liked about this is there's a lot of betrayal. Obviously, he's a lawyer, so you expect to see a lot of trail scenes in this. Which one of the trail is with White Tiger. And when he's a lawyer, I really like those parts. You know what I mean? I really enjoy obviously better the fighting sequences. But before I talk about the fight, I do want to talk to him being a lawyer. So we get to see a lot of the lawyer side, which I think is really, really cool. Get to see how that he obviously, I think everybody knows he's a lawyer. So we get to see what he does as a lawyer and everything there. And when he becomes Daredevil, the suit that they gave him, very, very great suit. We got the classic yellow and like black suit in She-Hulk, right? And then now here, he actually gets the actual, what's called, red suit that he's known to use. And I really enjoyed the suit that he was able to get here. The fighting sequences are really, really fun. Action-packed fighting sequences. I really love the fighting scenes with Matt Murdock, with Daredevil, even Matt Murdock as well, with Bullseye, Poindexter Bullseye. Bullseye, I think, was a great villain. I remember him from the movie Daredevil. I think he was played by Colin Farrell. Correct me if I'm wrong. Haven't seen that movie in years. But anyway, and I really like the Bullseye character. He was a really good character, villain, I mean. And so that was another villain that they added besides Kingpin. Foggy Nelson and Karen Page, they don't really have a lot to do much in here. You know what I mean? Like, they're there, but it's very like small, at like they're like in one episode and not another one. But it's very, very great that they're there and to see them and that they're there. What's her name? Heather Glenn is Matt Murdock's love interest here in this show, which I really love the love, the romantic part between Matt and Heather. I think it worked very, very well, and I would like to see more of that in there. We are going to be getting a season 2 of Daredevil Born Again, which I believe comes out next year in 2026. So I'm sure we're going to see more of Daredevil or not Daredevil, but more of her in there. I'm not too sure where we're going to see Daredevil after season 2. They haven't really said where Daredevil is going to appear, so we have to wait and see. Hopefully in the Avengers films, we have to wait and see. Because I really love Daredevil. I've always loved the Daredevil character. And especially this version of Charlie Cox. I think, no disrespect to Ben Affleck, I think he did a great job, but I think really Charlie Cox embraces Matt Murdock and Daredevil, and I think he was born to play this character. I'm very glad that they were able to bring him back, because I feel like he's the one who's able to bring this character to life. You know what I mean? And so there's that. Um, who what else? Oh, Punisher is in here as well, right? John Berthal comes back as Frank Castle the Punisher. He's not in it a lot, like I said, but when he's there, this is the Punisher, like the Netflix series with rage, anger, a lot. This show is rated R, or mature, TVMA, right? TVMA, mature, right? So it's rated. It's an R show. Now it's not that R, but you could tell that's R, especially with the Punisher. Man, I remember the Netflix Punisher series, how R that show was, how TVMA that was, with Punisher being so aggressive and a rage and anger, and when he beats him, you know what I mean? And so you get to see that with the Punisher here. And always I love John Berthol's character, Punisher. I believe he's going to be getting his own special here, a special presentation for Punisher, or at least it's been reported. Not sure it's been confirmed or not, but I love John Bernthal as this character, this version of Punisher, and now I can't wait to see more of this one because he really is he embodies Punisher, um, and does a very good job. But like I said, he's not in this show a lot. But when he shows up and with the rage and starts, you know what I mean? Kingpin, on the other hand, like I said, I always talked about Kingpin, like how he was in um, Echo, right? Or the Hawkeye, where he's filled with rage. And when he punches people, he punches them like hard, and does a, you know what I mean, nearly beats the people to death. And that's what we get here at Punch. With Kingpin, I mean, Kingpin does, he's filled with rage. When he beats him, you get to see how Kingpin beats him up very, very good. So yeah, I really like Kingpin and Vincent D'Onofrio, always the character, John Berthel's Punisher. So even though Punisher had nothing to do with a lot here, I was like, when he showed up the first time, I was like, yo, I was very, very cheered with excitement because I really love his version of the Punisher, and I can't wait to see more of this character in his special or season 2 of this one. But yeah, this had 8 episodes. They're gonna, I think season 2 is gonna have like 9 episodes. I think so, 18 episodes, because it's like, wait, isn't this supposed to have 18? But I think it's 9, and I think between season 1 and 2 is both 18 episodes. So I was kind of confused here. I thought this show was actually going to have first season 18 episodes, but no, 8 episodes, and I think season 2 is going to have 9 to complete the 18 episodes. So I do not know if there will be a third season or not. I would assume that they will, you know what I mean? But I really enjoyed this show. I really love the Daredevil character, and I'm very excited to brought Charlie Cox back, and very happy that they kept the Netflix aspect of it, because that was very, very the fun part of those shows, where with the brutal scenes, the blood splattering, and just the violence, a lot of violence, and I'm very glad that they were able to bring this here and keep this show rated R. I mean, never would have thought that Disney would allow Marvel Studios to do rated R stuff. You had Echo, that was TVMA rated R, Daredevil Born, Deadpool Wolverine rated R, and now you have this one rated R as well. I believe the animated show Marvel Zombies is also rated R as well. So they're really getting into the mature aspect of the MCU now, thanks to Disney. And I really appreciate that Disney had allowed Marvel Studios to do that, because I think it brings a lot more fun with the R rating and stuff like that. Now, like I said, R does not make everything better, does not make the movie show better. But like I said, it's more funner when it's R, because there's a lot of stuff. They expands a lot more things that they could do. But yeah, I really enjoyed Daredevil Born Again. I think that's one of my favorite MCU shows. I have a lot of them. There's a lot of them that I loved, a lot of them that I didn't. But this is one of them that I really, really enjoyed. And I can't wait to see Charlie Cox again as Daredevil, and Kingpin, and Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin, and all the other ones back at these characters, because I really enjoyed these characters and this show. But yeah, I really enjoyed this show. Yeah, like I said, if you loved a Netflix series, you're gonna love this show. Obviously, I would say watch the Netflix series to watch this if you want to, but I would say that there's no, I don't see that I think you could go in without watching it. I think if you watch the show without watching Netflix, I think you're gonna be able to watch it. there might be some references to that show. There's some references there that you might get lost a little bit, but I think, and overall, I don't think it's like a must watch to understand this. I think you could just go in and watch the show without watching Netflix and still enjoy it like that. But yeah, that's my review for Daredevil Born Again Season 1, streaming on Disney Plus. Because then you can make sure to subscribe if you guys like. Thank you guys so much for you guys' support, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.